Joining us now from the West Bloomfield School District is Shahenda Vannostrand and Cindy Carson, joining us to talk a little bit about their position and some fun things going on in the school district. Thank you both so much for joining us today.
No problem. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Yes. So let's start off, Cindy. I know that we've had you on The Splash before, but Shahenda, can we talk a little bit about your position in the school district as the Information and Technology Specialist at Chico Elementary School?
Sure. So I am the Information and Technology Specialist for grades 3 through 5 here at Chico. And I'm also a literacy coach. So that means I get to go into classroom and work side by side with teachers and students in building a stronger program for our students in reading and writing.
And then for the information and technology aspect of the West Bloomfield School District, Shahenda, we could start with you, and then we can head over to Cindy. Can we talk about the importance of it currently right now, especially with the obstacles that we face with the COVID-19 pandemic? How have you guys adapted throughout the entire school year to teach those kids the proper literacy as well as the information and technology that they need in the school?
I would say it's, with the pandemic, it really started at home, right? Because we were forced into our homes with technology right away. And it started with the students Zooming with us and just trying to find different ways to model technology for them and having them practice it. But once we get into the classroom, it becomes a lot easier because we can see what the students are doing and kind of guide them. I know at first we really talked a lot about our footprint on social media and, out in the world, on the internet world, and I think that one of the important things for kids was just knowing what was safe and making sure that they stayed in the different programs that we had them on. And then we also taught them about taking breaks from technology, because I think we've had a lot of time. We were forced to use technology for school. And then as we've gotten back into the classroom, it's really been, intentionally using it at specific times to kind of give ourselves a break from technology too. So I don't know if that answered your question, but we've definitely seen a wide compass of, trying to make sure the students are engaged in several different platforms, making them feel comfortable, and along with giving them access to books. So when they couldn't go into the libraries or they couldn't come into our school library, making sure they had access to books digitally as well.
And then Cindy, a little bit from you. I know that you are involved with the robotics here in the West Bloomfield School District. Could you tell us a little bit about that program?
I'm actually an information technology specialist as well here at Doherty Elementary. And so I'm in the K2 building. And what I'd like to highlight today is just the hype and excitement about March is Reading Month. So we have some great activities planned for our students and focused on March is Reading Month. And so one of the things we've done here at Doherty is we've had a bingo going on. So I'll try to hold it up, and this is an example. So it's the kids are looking for different types of books, and they are so pumped up about finding different parts of the library and, where can I find a book about careers? What is a biography? Where can I find that? I need to find a book about my favorite pet. Help me find this. They're even taking their bingo sheets over to the public library and trying to find books there. So it's really been a great incentive for them. When they fill up their bingo sheet, I have little prizes for them, stickers and bookmarks and pins. We're even doing a top dolphin award because our mascot is the dolphin. And so that's what's going on over here at Grechko Elementary. They're also K2 building. They even did a book swap where kids are bringing in one of their gently used books and then exchanging it for a new book from a friend. So that was a really great highlight over there that they had going on. Grechko's calendar that they did was focused more on dress-up days. So they had like a whole spirit month focused on different characters that the kids were interested in books. The very first one was Hats Off to Reading. So everybody had like a hat day, and then like Read My Shirt Day is another example. So we're just trying to get kids to recognize that reading is all around us and that it's such an important part of our world. that books are fun, take you, away from technology a little bit and escape and go on an adventure in your mind and connect with some new characters that you haven't, heard about before. Another great thing that we're doing right now is we're wrapping up our Pine Cone and Pine Tree reading programs. So our grades K through 2, actually, our kindergartners have a special program all by themselves. It's 100 books for kindergarten that they try to complete a poster and read all of those. Our first and second graders, they'll do Pine Cone reading, which is a selected set of books, and then Pine Tree is grades 3 through 5. So lots of hype about reading this time of year all around us, and it's just, it's very exciting. So thank you for having us today.
Yeah, and with March is Reading Month, it's obviously very exciting. The grades K through 2 as well as 3 through 5, that's when you learn the most about reading and what types of books there are and different authors. Cindy, could you just start off and tell us a little bit about what are some of the books that the kids are reading to get that bingo and kind of the process of that bingo sheet?
Yeah, so one of the categories is graphic novels, for example. So the kids, Dog Man is like a huge hit, right? Everywhere you go, it's like Dave Pilkey and Dog Man. Well, Dave Pilkey also has another series called Mighty Robot, and that happens to be on our Pine Cone list, and it's also one of the bingo categories. I tried to leave the bingo categories very vague so that the kids would have a lot of choice. One of the categories in the middle, instead of doing a free space, I did make your own category. But another example would be a favorite zoo animal, find a book about an artist or a type of artwork, read a recipe or how to make something. The kids have been so excited about our books over in the food and cooking section. So they're checking out books that maybe they wouldn't have found otherwise. Different science topics, books about feelings. Social emotional learning is such an important piece of our world right now. So we have a nice collection of books there. Career that interests you. I have a nice collection of career books. A book with no words. The kids are like, well, why do I need to read that? Use your imagination and create your own story. So those are just a few of the categories that we have on the board. So. Yeah.
And Shahenda, could you share with us a little bit about what you guys are doing at Chico Elementary to celebrate March is Reading Month?
Sure. So grades 3-5, we really have been doing a lot with Pine Tree in March is Reading Month. We've had some pajama and mystery reader Zooms where some of our board members also participated in reading. And some of our books are the same on Pine Cone and Pine Tree. So we were able to offer that district-wide, not just to Chico students. And then we also have similar things going on at Roosevelt. So they also have a calendar that they've been using and really reinforcing our Pine Tree reading. The Pine Tree reading, the selection of books that are on those lists, they really encompass a variety of cultures and topics and genres. So by the students continuing to do their reading that we started in January with Pine Tree, just kind of reinforces how important it is to, explore different titles and genres and see what you really love. I will say that one of the coolest things that we've done at Chico is we had student council be mystery readers. So in the past, we've always had those parent volunteers that were able to come in, and that just recently got lifted, but not in enough time for us to invite parents in and get them all situated. So we had the student council members go to different classrooms and do be a mystery reader in other classrooms. So one of the ones that just took place, one of our 5th graders went into a 3rd grade room. He read them a book about differences, and the character in the book was a fish, and he actually painted a fish rock for the class and gave it to them. So there's just, making connections, making new memories around books. It's just been really an awesome experience for the students. And I really have seen, from the beginning of the year until now, I've seen our students begin to love to read and really have reading stamina. They were so used to picking something up and putting it down at the beginning of the school year. And we're now seeing kids that are asking to read longer, which is awesome.
And then as we wrap up here, would you both just share a little bit about if there are any other March is Reading Month events that are going on at the schools, or any other things as we are headed into the month of April almost, anything that are going on in your schools with the literacy or the information and technology aspect.
Yeah.
I can talk really quick about, we're doing a women's history passport right now with the students this week. So the students will be, I have a read aloud that I'm doing with them, and they'll be checking off on their passport if they encounter a woman that is a scientist or an artist. And so I'm reading She Persisted to the students, written by Chelsea Clinton. I know I have this background on, so it's going to be hard to see, so I'll just hold that up really quick. And then I'll just show you so you can see it. So we've been reading She Persisted. So they're able to mark off some of their passport using that read aloud, and then they're also looking for books in the iCenter to fill some of those other categories. And then Cindy, do you want to talk about our author visit?
Yeah, sure. So Lisa Klein Ransom is our featured author for Pine Cone and Pine Tree, and she's going to be coming to join us the week of April 11th. So we're so fortunate to have such a great relationship with our West Bloomfield Township Public Library, and they sponsor the Pine Cone and Pine Tree program by giving us books on deposit that we're then allowed to check out to our students through the school. Then they also have all those books at their location, and we really encourage the kids to get over there and see the big library and borrow as many books as they want to from the list over there. But our featured author is coming in person. We're so excited because we haven't had an author here in the last couple of years. Last year we did one author visit via Zoom. We had Jarrett Krajewska. So this is great. Lisa Klein Ransom writes a lot of books about people, biographies, and she's going to be sharing her story with us as a writer. And yeah, it's super exciting to know that we have that coming up, and yeah, we look forward to it. And it's a great way to bring our program to a close, and then we have a book fair coming, which is going to be a lot of fun. The kids love that. Those are scheduled for the spring in all of our schools, and that's a great way to support our school and give back and get books in the kids' hands. So we are really pumped up. It's going to be a great way to end the year and springboard into summer reading.
Yes.
And I think for a lot of us, this will be the first in-person event in school. So that adds to the excitement. You know, we're going to have families back in the school, and Cindy's just as excited as I am about that. Just having that opportunity to build our community inside of the school walls by inviting them back in. So we're really excited about that too.
Well, we appreciate you both joining us today on this Flash Live. It was a pleasure to have you guys talk a little bit about what you guys are doing in the schools here in West Bloomfield.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.